Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is the 10 o'clock news on Q2, Montana's news leader.
Hello, good Sunday evening, folks. Thank you so much for tuning into the Q2 Weekend News to close your weekend out. I'm Dustin Kleeman. Members of President Donald Trump's cabinet took to the airwaves today to discuss the future of the Iran nuclear deal on Sunday. John Schumo has tonight's story.
The president's top aides say the United States will remain in the nuclear deal with Iran for now.
Yes, I think signaling to Iran and to our other partners, there are serious flaws in this agreement. Everyone acknowledges there's serious flaws.
He has set out a marker to the Iranians and to our allies and partners that we have to fix fundamental flaws in this deal. It's a weak deal that is being weakly monitored.
President Trump wants to make sure Iran is in compliance with the agreement to limit its arsenal. And this week, he asked Congress to strengthen the terms to better protect the United States and its allies.
I think the president was very courageous in saying, I'm not going to kick this can down the road. I'm not going to say, well, it's going to be on somebody else's watch. I'm going to stop this from happening.
On CBS's Face the Nation, Iran's foreign minister expressed skepticism over the president's motives.
This administration is withdrawing from everything. Somebody called it withdrawal doctrine for this administration. It's withdrawing from NAFTA, it's withdrawing from Trans-Pacific Partnership, it's withdrawing from UNESCO, it's withdrawing from everything. So people cannot trust anymore the word of the United States.
The minority speaker of the House also criticized the president.
This week, the week of Friday the 13th, is the week that President Trump went rogue.
Pelosi urged the president to cooperate with Democrats on a number of items, including Iran. John Schumo, CBS News.
Meanwhile, it was reported today President Trump's re-election campaign spent more than $1 million on legal consulting from July through September. Back to our area, the community of Huntley Project is mourning the loss of one of its own. The man killed in a rollover crash on Saturday night has been identified as Kurt Kautz. Kautz was Huntley Project's girls' head basketball coach. The district made the announcement of Kautz's death on Facebook. The crash occurred on Interstate 94 just outside of Billings around 9:30 last night. The flatbed pickup truck that he was driving was headed east on I-94 about 2 miles east of I-90. According to Montana Highway Patrol, Kautz overcorrected, went through the median and rolled the vehicle. The pickup came to rest on its roof on the shoulder of the westbound lanes. It's unknown why Kautz overcorrected. The crash is still under investigation. Kautz is a Huntley Project graduate. He was also formerly a football and track coach at Billings Central. The district will have support services established and available for students and staff in the upcoming days. 2 small earthquakes shook area residents on Saturday night near Lincoln. The U.S. Geological Survey says just before 8 o'clock on Saturday, 3.9 magnitude earthquake hit outside of Lincoln, then followed by a 3.4 magnitude. The 2 earthquakes shook about 8 miles southeast of town, many people feeling it themselves. There have been no reports of any injuries or serious damage at this point. On July 6th, Montana experienced its largest earthquake in over 10 years when a 5.8 magnitude earthquake hit about 5 miles southeast of the same town of Lincoln. Firefighters say they finally turned a corner in their battle against the wildfires in Northern California. Those fires have been burning for more than a week and have already claimed at least 40 lives. Chris Martinez reports tonight from Santa Rosa.
They're not going down easy, but we are getting them.
Once sprinting flames have slowed to a crawl, but continue to wreak havoc.
We do have some areas out there that are just fighting us. They're bucking us. We have good resources on them. We have a lot of aircraft on them. But they're just bucking us back.
Massive plumes of smoke still blanket California's wine country as fire crews continue their relentless assault from above and on the ground. Hard-hit areas like Santa Rosa, a lucky few are finally going home as officials begin to lift evacuation orders.
Left of the house.
Jack Weaver returned to his mother's home expecting to recover the body of the family's dog Izzy that ran away when the Weavers fled the fire.
Izzy, come here, baby.
He instead had this joyous reunion.
Hey, baby.
It was one of the greatest moments of my life.
Other evacuees are finding refuge at area businesses like Cully Williamson's restaurant. For days, many with nowhere else to go have gathered here for comfort and food, free of charge.
We just thought if we can get open, we can at least be a place where people can come by and just kind of recharge.
Investigators say it could be weeks before they can pinpoint exactly what caused these fires. Officials believe the fires here in Sonoma County should be fully contained by Friday. Chris Martinez, CBS News, Santa Rosa, California.
Some absolutely incredible images. We go to our own weather scene where Brett McCrummon is joining us, and we've had pretty much a picture-perfect fall so far.
We have, and if you like today, which I'm assuming you did.
I did.
Well, we've got more on the way for you.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and take a look at the almanac. And we saw a daytime high today of 63. That's 3 degrees above our average high for this time of year. The overnight low dropped to 36. Average low is 37. And our record high of 84 was set back in 1958. The record low of 24 set back in 1992. As far as precipitation goes, no precipitation as of today, and we are below average for this time of the month. And month to date, we are just under 0.3 of an inch. Year to date, though, we're 2¼ inches over our 30-year average. Now, we're not looking at any moisture in the long term, but we are looking at mild temperatures. We'll have that with your complete forecast in just a few minutes.
All right, Brett, thank you very much. Ranches are often home to a wide variety of animals, including cows, horses, sheep, and of course, pets like cats and dogs. But for one Montana ranch family, they have a pet that's truly one of a kind. In tonight's Montana Ag feature, Russell Nimitz takes us to 2DOT for this fun story.
Gilbert, baby badger boy.
Meet Gilbert the Badger, a bit of a legend in south central Montana, if you will, and for sure a surprise Mother's Day present for Melody White by husband Mac some 15 years ago.
It was too late because I'd already reached inside and grabbed what I thought was going to be a puppy and pulled it out and went, ah, this is a badger.
And so begins the story of Gilbert the Badger at the McFarland White Ranch near 2DOT, Montana.
Basically, Gilbert had been sacrificed to the great badger gods in the sky by his mom, and we weren't sure how to take him back.
Having a pet badger does take a little getting used to, like learning badger etiquette.
You live with the badger, he doesn't live with you. He dictates how you behave around him. If you can keep his mouth busy, you're safe. If you don't and you startle him, you're bit.
When it comes to food, Gilbert isn't too shy or picky about what he eats, but we did learn he does have a few favorites.
Gilbert eats dog food, cat food, carrots. His favorite is cantaloupe and watermelon, and he really likes fudgesicles.
And here's what visitors think about meeting Gilbert for the first time.
I've had reactions from, oh wow, that's really cool, to how fast can I get into this chair?
Now, I'm not necessarily recommending that you run out and befriend a badger right away as a house pet, but if you do, be ready to have plenty of cantaloupe, carrots, lunch meat, even a few chips on hand, and well, just food in general, because they are hungry, they like to eat. Well, it's kind of like having a teenager in the house. Reporting from the McFarland White Ranch near 2DOT, Montana, I'm Russell Nimitz, MTN News.
Good story. Thank you very much, Russell. It's not every day you meet a pet badger like Gilbert, or any badger, pet badger for that matter. Good stuff. A new grocery store is coming to Bozeman. It will also be coming to Billings. Winco Food has a concept plan with the city of Bozeman. They plan to build the grocery store near Target and Staples. The store would be in addition to the Gallivan Center. Winco Foods is based out of Boise, Idaho, currently has stores in 9 states. This would be the first in Montana. Again, Winco plans to build a store at the former Kmart on 24th Street West here in Billings. A local calendar featuring local models and local cars in the memory of a Billings car enthusiast. It was all part of the photo shoot that came together today. The background includes some of the Chinook helicopters of the Billings Flying Service. Photographers and models started this morning, and for a calendar that's going to run at least 14 months. This organizes, and the organizers believe that this is the first calendar to feature local cars only. It's a memory of Ed Randash, who died 2 years ago and owned a car business with classic cars. One of the organizers, William House, says the plan is to print about 5,000 calendars for sponsors to give away at their businesses. He hopes to make it an annual project. You can go to ktvq.com to learn about it more. Still to come on the Sunday edition of the 10 o'clock news, hundreds dead in a devastating bombing in Somalia. We'll have the details on World Rat News next. Plus, we continue our look under the big sky with a Highline talent worth noting. And later in sports, the Broncos licking their chops against the wounded Giants. Denver tries to move to 4-1 coming up.
You're watching MTN News with Dustin Kleeman, Storm Tracker weather with Rob Griggs, and sports with Casey Conlon. This is the Q2 10 o'clock news in high definition.